So hoping that the swell will actually turn more favorable for that inside cave section before we leave the beach.
Yeah, exactly right. I think once that tide does go low, Joe, we're going to see some incredible waves. Beautiful conditions here this morning. Definitely by far the best we've seen over the last 10 days or so. And there you see your first heat that is in the water at the moment. Tyler Wright, Tatiana and Dimity, who unfortunately, we got that inside info, cut her toe yesterday, 7 stitches. But she's a trooper. It's her last event. She's not going to qualify next year, so a bit of a damper on Dimity's last event, but I'm sure she's going to go anyway. Looks like a nice set approaching now, and this is what we talk about. Looks like Tatiana has the inside position, Joe.
Having a look, the goofy foot from the island of Kauai. Tatiana Weston-Webb draws off the bottom. Nice high line carve. Deep off the bottom again, and Tati squares up under the lip. Coming through the inside corner, jams it off the top, looking for another big move. Nice hack off the lip, weightless on the drop, and she stomps it with total control.
Well, there's a few people gathering down here this morning, and they all definitely appreciated that wave there from Tatiana.
Looks like more waves in the set here. Tyler Wright slows down to pull in. Now setting up for this inside wall. Wanted to get barreled on the takeoff and still waiting for something big now. It's going to go hollow. Tyler tucks in, perfect positioning. Comes out absolutely perfectly. Layback draw off the top. Last year's runner-up in the world looking to finish through the Keiki Bowl. Full wrap on the inside corner, and she's out of there. So the first heat, waiting a few minutes to get underway. Tati going some big backside hooks, and we already have our first tube of the morning.
You can see Tatiana there congratulating her on an amazing wave to kick things off. Let's have a look at this wave here. Straight into it almost. And then she kind of waited for it, Joe. You can see her just biding her time. She can see that Keiki Bowl starting to stand up. Now she drives. Now she gets forward on her board. Pulls in nice and tight. Gets that end section. Comes out nice and clean. And that trademark Tyler Wright gouge maneuver right there. So Tyler Wright just showing why she is going to be dangerous in this event. And we talked about those spoilers, Joe. She is at the top of the list when it comes to that.
What a beautiful ride for Tyler Wright to kick off her campaign for a win here at the Target Maui Pro. Last year, she had a chance to win a world title. She had to get past Carissa Moore in the final. And that made it official for Gilmore, winning that 6th world title last season. And unfortunately, she had to deal with that injury relatively early this year.
Well, let's have a look at Tatiana's opening wave here on the backhand. Just that ability to draw nice and low off the bottom, as she does right there, holds that rail beautifully. The judges are going to like these backhand turns. You can see her just winding up. On the front side, you're going to be looking for the barrel a little bit more here this morning. Tatiana going to turns. We saw a goofy footer win the trials, Joe, so the judges are appreciating that backside attack. You can get that nice low, deep bottom turn and get that nice big vertical backside hook under the lip. So the 2015 Rookie of the Year, Tatiana Weston-Webb's looking dangerous. I think the natural footers will look for the tube ride. The goofy footers are going to try and get that low, deep bottom turn, backside snap. Bianca Batenduff surfed amazing last year. Let's see if she can do the same thing.
More waves on the way. Dimity Stoyle sets up her first move. Hard off the bottom. Beautiful front side hook. Setting up a little open face slash under the lip. Draws it back into the pocket one more time. One more rip off the top and she'll get out of there. Remember, Stoyle getting the stitches on her foot last night after a solid free surf session before the sun went down.
And that's the thing with our sport, Joe. You know, these ladies, you know, they find it hard to actually get a wave to themselves. You know, they don't clear the water for the warm-up sessions, so they've literally got to fight for the waves. A lot of them don't get much, so basically warming up in their heats as they go. Dimity on the forehand, 7 stitches in the toe. Doesn't look like it's affecting her too much. Beautiful tight jam in the pocket right there from Dimity. Dimity's been surfing extremely well towards the back part of the year. I think maybe just sort of let go, realizing that she's not going to be in that requalification situation.
And now watching Tatiana Weston-Webb. Backside float, she'll end up going down. 8.17 before that. Tyler Wright drops a 7.33 on her opener. And now more waves on the way here. This is Tyler. Remember, she got barreled on her first effort. She's looking for the same kind of section to open up. Just a quick little head dip. Now around the corner, she'll get out. So definitely two bunting right now to kick off the opening heat of the morning. Looking at the barrel here at Honolulu Bay. We'll now first look at the replay of the last decision for Tyler Wright here.
Yeah, you can see Tyler just looking for the tube, and I think she's got to change that. Kind of pulls in a little bit of a head dip right there, and then decides to get out of this one. So I think she's got to start off trying to connect with a few turns, get that board moving.
Tyler looking for a 4.35 on that last to take the lead off Tati. Dimity's opener, a 6.67 pots.
Nice one there from Dimity Stoyle. Couple of quick turns, and then you throw the barrel in at the end, and we're looking at waves up into the excellent range. So I think the judges want to see the surfers mix it up.
It's even the small waves here are so fun to surf. The inside corner is called the keiki bowl. Keiki means kid, grommet, if you will, here in Hawaii. And a lot of the younger surfers here in Maui kind of surf and hug that inside corner until they want to really establish themselves at the cave and all the better spots at Honolulu Bay.
Summer's an amazing competitor, and she's one of my friends that we actually just went to Barbados together for a junior pro, and she rips, and I was just so excited to win that. It felt so good. It literally felt like I was on top of the moon. It's been a really hard year, and I've worked so hard, so to have that hard work finally pay off, I'm so stoked.
And now you're going to match up against Carissa Moore, who's in a world title hunt, and Silvana Lima. That's not going to be any easy task. What will your strategy be there?
They're my heroes, and I've worked really hard, so I'm just going to give it everything I got and get on the sets and perform.
But right now,
She doesn't want to find herself in round two.
That's right. Well, Tatiana got a wave during the interview, Pots.
Yeah, Tatiana just trying to back up that 8.17 at the moment of 3.50. Beautiful snap right there. You talk about that backside attack. This one kind of running away from her a little bit. Now she draws off the bottom. That turn right there, a little bit more difficult to do on your forehand out here. You kind of tend to want to jam down the line on your front side. On your backhand, you get that nice deep low bottom turn. A couple of solid turns on that wave there. That's going to be a solid backup. She's going to extend her lead.
As we check out 6:10 to go in the first heat of the morning. Tatiana Weston-Webb kicked things off in the excellent range, an 8.17 for a series of backside hooks, flawless off the bottom, and even throwing a little bit of variety along the way.
Yeah, Tatiana, she's got that ability to do that. Nice vertical right there to finish off, and a well-deserved 8.17. Tyler Wright, just a little bit more of a different approach there. She was looking for the tube on this one. See how, so it was a little bit of downtime right there, and I think that's where the judges decided that Tatiana's wave came out better. But look at that tube right there. Perfect technique from Tyler Wright. Tell you what, if it picks up and we start getting some nice hollow waves, Tyler Wright is going to be hard to beat. This heat's not over yet, 5.5 to go. Tyler Wright's still in the mix. She's looking for a 7.75. Dimity Stoyle also with a good wave, but Tatiana, tell you what, backhand's looking pretty sharp.
Hey, she's been on fire. She had the 8.17 early, then dropped a 6.9 to extend her lead. She's got that backhand carved down. Her timing's looking lethal. Board's looking solid. Big power punch in the pocket for the Rookie of the Year this season, representing the Hawaiian Islands. And she'll fade out with the lead. Tyler still chasing a 7.75. Dimity Stoyle needing an 8.40 as we just passed the 5-minute warning.
So I think we'll see more of Dimity for sure.
2:22 remaining. Little wave popping up. Priority is with Stoyle, who needs an 8.4. It's going to roll underneath, and Tatiana Weston-Webb is going to have a look. Just building some momentum on the takeoff. Sets up the bottom turn, and she's out of there. Just her fourth wave ridden in this matchup. It's a whole different story as the world title race is still unfolding. This heat is running out of time, and Rookie of the Year, Tatiana Weston-Webb, drops an 8.17 on her opener and a 6.9, and she'll be able to skip round two, head right into round three. She told us she wanted to earn that Rookie of the Year honor, and she's pushing it even further as she's setting the bar in the first heat of the morning.